Hit it. Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday night. Hope you're all doing well. Two very special guests with me. I got my man Ken from The Ugly Truth, and I got my boy Ryan from Bronx Talks. Last time we had Ryan's partner Christian on with us. Dig and Ryan, the other half of the dynamic duo, is going to be joining us today as we preview the ALDS roster. Now the Yankees have advanced to the round to place the Toronto Blue Jays. Just like we did last time, we went over the roster, what we think it will be, what we think it should be, and how to kind of outlook this series. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, and thank you for everybody that's in the chat. Hope you had a great week. Hit the like button. If you haven't, by the way, guys, if you don't mind, put the links to your channel in the comments. That way, anybody that's not subscribed to the channels, let's make sure to support these guys by subscribing. I'll put the channel on the screen so we can do that as well, and we thank you for it. So, Ryan, thanks for joining us. Ken, thanks for joining us today.
Of course.
No problem.
So, how you guys feeling after this? Is a pretty good series against the Boston Red Sox, I gotta say.
Yeah,
pretty darn good series. And Ryan, what's your if you had to summarize it, what'd you say?
I would say gritty for the Yankees. I mean, their backs were against the wall. They went down 0-1, and you had that thought going in your head, oh my gosh, they're going to lose to the Boston Red Sox again. Aaron Boone's going to have 3 playoff series losses under his belt against the Boston Red Sox. And I'm playing all these negative thoughts in my head, but the team, they just never gave up. And they kept their foot on the gas. They're able to win, Wednesday night. And Jazz Chisholm with that unbelievable heads-up hustle play, 9.6 seconds, I think, to home. And I think the Major League average is like 11.2 or something crazy like that. They're able to get the win. That was a really gritty win. And then last night, just awesome. The Yankees, hit 2 home runs in the whole entire series? Yeah. Like, if someone would have told me that Garrett Crochet was going to shove in game 1 for a 7 1/3, and the Yankees were only going to hit 2 home runs in the series, I would have been like, whoa, I think the Yankees might have lost. But no, they didn't. And they showed that they could manufacture some runs. They had a 4-run inning. And Cam Schlittler, I mean, unbelievable. A star was born last night. That was one of the most exciting games I've ever seen a pitcher pitch. Like, that was literally insane. I still haven't gotten over that. But, yeah, I'd say a really gritty series for the Yankees, and hopefully they can carry that momentum into Toronto here coming up.
Ken, what do you think? What's your take? What's your summary? You muted. Ken, you muted. I gotta say this too. The Yankees were the only team that lost game 1 at home and came back to win the wild card. Every other team,
I think it's the first time since they expanded the playoffs in 2022.
Yep. Go ahead, Ken. All right. So while Ken's recalibrating here, I'm kind of in the same boat. You know, I'm refreshed to see the Yankees were able to win the series without having to rely on the home run. And the most of our home run hitters did not hit, right? Stanton didn't really hit much.
Yeah.
Trent Grisham didn't really hit much. Judge didn't hit a single home run, but he batted 400 in the series.
Yeah.
So, and Anthony Volpe. For those that don't know, you know, I know a lot. He frustrates a heck of a lot of fans for his regular season play, but in his playoff career in 17 games, he's a 300 hitter. He hits 300 in the postseason, so he shows up when it counts.
Yeah, he made a lot of great plays defensively too. Yeah. I mean, that pick last night, Jazz almost throws the ball in the dirt. Anthony Volpe is able to get on the bag there, and then on Wednesday night, Devin Williams, they turn that double play. Volpe jumps in the air, touches second base. They're able to turn that. You know, if they don't get that out there, that could have been a whole big inning. The Yankees could have literally lost the series if he didn't make that play. So he was fantastic in all facets of the game.
I could agree 100%. And again, a couple of things I'm looking for while we wait until Ken comes back. Like for this next series, obviously we want to keep Vlad at bay. When he doesn't hit, they lose, right? So we also want to keep George Springer at bay.
Oh my
He's
God!
he's been murdering the Yankees.
Yeah,
He's
348 average in 13 games with 16 hits, 4 homers, and 12 RBIs against the Yankees this year.
It's ridiculous. And we have to, at least in my opinion, we got to be more aggressive on the base paths. We've got to tighten up our defense, particularly in Toronto when we're on the turf. Ball's going to be careening to the players a lot quicker. So our infield defense needs to be on point, particularly when Max Fried is on the because he induces a lot of ground ball activity, right? So we definitely need to do that as well. And again, Toronto has, for those that don't know, Toronto doesn't have, it's not known for its home run team, but they have the most hits in Major League Baseball as a team. Okay? Yeah. They have 1,461 hits this year. The Yankees had 1,371. So the Toronto Blue Jays have 90 more hits than the Yankees. So, and it's a well-balanced lineup. If you look at it, up and down from 1 to 9, it's a tough get. And we'll be lucky. Like I said in the last series, I felt we were lucky because we didn't have to face Roman Anthony. Yeah. If we don't have to face Bo Bichette, I'll feel lucky here in this series, right? I don't know if he's going to be on the roster yet. I have no idea. Yeah. So, and we don't know if Chris Bassett's going to be on there as a starting pitcher. He's having some back problems. So there's a couple of guys that we're just unsure about on Toronto, right? Yeah. So we could have some breaks here, but it's up to the Yankees as to are they going to take advantage of these breaks. They took advantage of Boston. Can he do it?
Yeah, I mean, you have to take advantage of those. I saw Schneider talk about today Bo Bichette and the possibility of him playing in this series. And he said something like, well, I won't put anything past Bo. I won't rule it out. But it sounded more to me like he's probably not going to be in this series. That's just what I took for it, but he didn't make a definitive answer. So, I mean, that's going to be interesting to see. But the Blue Jays and the Yankees, I touched on this, and I think last time I was on, or even my own channel, the two offenses are just totally different. I mean, the Yankees are like the monster, they mash home runs. The Blue Jays, I think they were 11th in all of baseball in home runs, still nowhere close to the Yankees. The Yankees had 274 home runs, 30 more than the Dodgers, who were in second place, which is just crazy. But the Blue Jays get on base. They get a lot of hits. They make a lot of contact. They're going to put pressure on that Yankee defense. The Blue Jays led Major League Baseball in on-base percentage at .333. The Yankees were 1 point behind at .332. The Yankees led MLB in OPS at 787, and the Blue Jays were ranked third at 760. So they're very, very close, and the Jays led an average at 265. The offenses are both really good, but they kind of get it done in different ways.
Yeah, and the Blue Jays are a very patient team, too. They draw a lot of walks. They don't strike out a lot. So plate discipline is definitely something that they take pride in, that are good at, right? So we're going to have to be on our game when it comes to pitching. So, Ken, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. The boss called and was asking about medicine and stuff for the little guy.
So what's your summary of the Yankees-Boston series, my man?
Honestly, I wasn't overly surprised because the team has showed this type of grit pretty much since the trade deadline. I mean, we had the best record in baseball, and as you know, I call every game play by play, and I could see how the team was reformed. The only concerns I had was with regard to the bullpen, and my concerns weren't that great because they weren't heavily used in the last two series prior to us facing off against Boston. So I figured that we would be okay. And, I've said it all year long. Home runs are beautiful. They're exciting. But come playoff baseball, you're facing the best pitchers there are out there. And those guys don't give up bombs, not normally. So we had to be able to score with situational hitting, speed component that we had, and the defense had to hold it down. We couldn't just be giving them free bases and extra outs per inning. And in the Boston series, it pretty much held fast. a lot of those people were out there as huge critics about Volpe and his defensive skills. I tell you what, he played fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
They were complaining about his hitting ability, and he hit one of the 2 home runs that we actually had in this series.
True.
And off a crochet on top of it.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me mention this, but people are, obviously just understandably frustrated with his regular season play, but he's a 300 hitter in the postseason. So he shows up when it counts, right? When we need it to count. So
well, I think that he got enough rust and the cortisone shots helped it out. And atypically, whenever he gets the rust, he always comes out as a better ball player than he does when he's every day in the grind, 150 plus games a season.
Yeah.
And to your point too, like now with having a guy like Caballero, you have somebody who can make it easy to rest him 4 or 5 days in a row if you need to. We didn't have that before with Oswald Peraza. Like we didn't have that type of guy. You could put Caballero in there, who can wreak havoc on the base pass and play good defense. Like we didn't have that type of backup to make it easier to sit Volpe for several days.
But the whole point is Caballero is a upgrade of Oswaldo Cabrera.
Yeah.
And it's that Swiss Army knife that can be employed in damn near every position on the field for us. And he is at least above league average when defending.
It's true.
Yeah, and he's a tremendous base runner, too. I mean, he's one of the best base runners in the league. I think led all Major League Baseball in stolen bases, if I'm not correct. So, I mean, that's an upgrade in and of itself.
And the other thing that he brings to the plate is he can actually lay down a bunt.
Yeah, he's one of the few who can actually lay the bunt down and get down the baseline, which is kind of nice. I do think he's better stealing second than he is stealing third right now because he gets picked up second quite a bit. He generally steals second pretty effortlessly, pretty easily. So that's something I'm improving about him.
My personal opinion, there is no reason to steal third base whatsoever. With the speed component guys that we have, on a base hit, they're going to score from second regardless.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess the logic is to try to steal third. So if there's less than 2 outs and somebody hits a sac fly, you're tagging up from third.
But you notice Caballero, when he's stealing third, it's usually with a left-handed batter in the box. So they got a clean shot right at third base. Yeah. And they're not throwing him out on the throw. He's running so damn fast, he's sliding past the bag. Same thing with Jazz.
Yeah, I noticed that too. So I guess that's something they could work on in the offseason.
Yeah, the Yankees steal third a lot too. I think they have the most stolen third bases in all of baseball.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah. I mean,
the team that I would have figured would have had that was the Diamondbacks, but the Yankees were more on them.
I think once we got Caballero here, once we got even Ahmed Rosario, these guys are aggressive on the base paths. So,
well, they actually infused the life in the running game. Then all of a sudden, Jazz started stealing again.
Yeah, Volpe.
Mingus broke out there. Hell, even Goldschmidt stole the base.
Yeah, and he can't run. It looks like he's got 100 pounds of lard in his pants when he's running. So.
Yeah, but those little legs are trucking, baby.
Yeah.
like a freaking gerbil on a hamster wheel.
Yeah, man. Well, how do you feel now? Would you deploy the same roster in the series against Toronto as you did against Boston? Would you make any tweaks around it at all? What tweaks would they be? I'll leave it up to you first, Ryan.
I don't know. I think maybe you could go in there with the same roster. I mean, obviously Will Warren's going to be on the roster again because 5-game series. If a pitcher doesn't have it, you could have Will Warren and stretch him out, or he could piggyback off Luis Heel if he gets into trouble tomorrow night. So obviously Will Warren has to be on the roster. As far as it goes for like Slayton, I don't really see him finding a way on the roster because the Yankees didn't even use Jason Dominguez this series. So now I don't think it makes sense that they're going to use Slayton. And, maybe Yarbrough, you could throw him on the roster as well. He could be another guy that you stretch out. But I don't know. I don't think I really make many tweaks, if any at all.
Ken?
All right. For me, I don't know why the hell Warren was on the Boston roster. I damn sure wouldn't keep him on against the Blue Jays. He faced him one time this year. He has an 18 ERA. He made 4 innings, gave up 8 runs. It's 10 hits. And the team doesn't strike out. That's his forte, is striking people out. Well, it ain't happening against the Blue Jays, not particularly. I don't see his stuff interpreting to the bullpen whatsoever. And I would probably have a cardiac arrest if I saw him on the bump as a starter.
Yeah.
Now I will look at Luis Gil. Gil has 1 start against him this year in the 2025 season. He went 6 innings against him, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run. He did have 4 walks. That was one of his I'm walking people crazy. He only had 1 strikeout, but Blue Jays didn't do anything against him, and he ended up taking a win on that. And when I look at the players that are on there that have done anything against him, Guerrero has 7 at-bats, 3 hits, 2 doubles. So he's hitting like 420 or some crap like that.
Mm-hmm.
The other one who saw him a lot as an Oriole is Anthony Santander. Pretty much the rest of the lineup is hitting in the 100s. I think he's an excellent starter for game 1 and should definitely shove, especially going up against Gossman. I mean, you never can tell what you're going to get with him. Dr. Jekyll, Dr. Hyde, Mr. Hyde. And they've been pushing a lot of innings. I think that we've had good games against them. We've had bad games against them. I think we'll hold our own.
The 2 main big guys, the big sluggers in the Yankees lineup, I mean, they just tattoo Kevin Gausman. Aaron Judge is 17 for 48. That's a 354 average. He has 6 homers, 12 RBIs, and a 1.283 OPS. Giancarlo Stanton is 10 for 30 in 33 plate appearances, has 4 home runs and 6 RBIs. So, I mean, that's some good news there. Kevin Gausman against the Yankees this season, 2-1 record, 3.97 ERA, 18 strikeouts in his 4 outings. So it's going to be interesting. I think Luis Gil was definitely the right pick. The Yankees said the other day, I think it was Matt Blake, after last night's game, they were deciding between Will Warren and Luis Gil. I didn't think Will Warren made much sense at all. I think that was just kind of like a smokescreen, or they just hadn't announced it yet, because Luis Gil also has postseason experience. Guy pitched in the World Series last year. The 1 win the Yankees had, he was on the mound. So, like, Will Warren hasn't pitched in the postseason at all in his career. And in a lot of big games this season, one of them, like you just touched on, Ken, against the Toronto Blue Jays, he got absolutely clobbered. The Dodgers series was a big series. He got smacked. Toronto, that was a tight race for the division. He got smacked. Boston beat him up a couple of times. And overall, Will Warren, I think, had a very solid year for a rookie. I mean, he made 30-plus starts, but I don't think he's ready yet to make a start. And, you know, if things kind of unravel, it totally could blow up, especially against a team like the Blue Jays that puts the ball in play, puts runners on base. It sounds like a recipe for a disaster. And if Luis Gil has his control, he can dial it up and he can have an outing like Cam Schlittler had last night. I don't know if Will Warren has the potential to do that.
Well, I mean, if you honestly look at Warren, had we not had 60% of our rotation on the IL to start the season, he would have been in AAA. He would have developed the entire season down at AAA, and he's having to learn on the fly at the major league level. And I will tell you, the kid did a fantastic job. He was going to run into buzzsaws, and one of the things that he had to adapt to is learn how to make adjustments. And up front, when he was really getting hammered, he wasn't making the adjustments, but he started to get into the groove. It's a fantastic season for the rookie pitcher.
Yep. Now I have a question for you. You guys have been to the batting cages, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Have you hit 70 in the batting cage?
I have.
You can get comfortable with it pretty quickly, right? Now, if you go from 70 to 90, it's like, holy shit, right?
Yeah.
It's a huge adjustment. Now, if you start at 90 and then you go down to 70, it's much easier, right? It
Yeah.
makes 70 much
Of
easier.
course. It speeds your bat up.
This is one reason I would bring Ryan Yarbrough onto the roster, and I would consider starting him in the game instead of Cam Schlittler, and then have Schlittler come in later on. Last time they faced the Blue Jays, Schlittler got hit pretty hard by the Jays, and then they replaced him with Yarbrough. The bats adjusted to Yarbrough like that. If you start Yarbrough and then bring in Schlittler later on, it's going to make it much tougher for the bats to adjust. Imagine going from 88 to 100. It's like
Schlittler in his hammered outing by the Blue Jays mustered 60 pitches in 1 1/3 innings.
Yeah.
And they kept fouling the ball off, because those guys can hit.
They were on him. And like if you have somebody like Yarbrough who starts, let's just say he gives them 4 or 5 innings, right? And he throws 85, 88 or whatever. And then you bring in Cam who throws 100. That 100 is going to feel like it's 110.
Well,
it feels so much faster, right? So
here's Yarbrough's one start against the Blue Jays this year. He went 5 1/3 innings. They got 1 hit, scored 1 run off of him. It was on a home run. He struck out 3. And let's see. Historically on the roster, Vladimir Guerrero is hitting 188 against him.
Wow.
Gotta love that.
And the other thing too is I think if the Yankees win the first game, then I think Schlittler pitches game 4. If the Blue Jays win the first game, I think Yarbrough should pitch game 4 and bring in Schlittler.
Well, here are some more numbers for you. George Springer against Yarbrough is hitting 158.
Ooh.
Guys that we need to shut down.
The pain in the ass that does hit him is freaking Alejandro Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
And that guy just is like a freaking demon when it comes to the Yankees.
Welcome.
Clement is hitting 200. Straw's hitting 143.
Just give Kirk the 4 pitches. Go send him the first every time.
Kind of Falefa's 200. I mean, if they're not hitting 200, they're hitting donuts.
Yeah.
So he can handle. He's faced all these guys. It's not like he just faced them once. He's faced them multiple times throughout his career. I got no issues bringing in Yarbs as a starter because I think that he could seriously disrupt their timing. And as you were saying, we've talked about before, you go from Yarbrough's fastball is 88, but he throws a lot of off-speed pitches that are running in the 70s. Then you bring a guy like Schlittler in who is throwing BBs at 98 plus. And tell me, how quick are they going to be able to catch up to his pitches? They're not going to do that silly crap that they did last time they saw him.
It'll be much harder for the bats, and I think we need to make it as hard as possible for them, right?
Yeah.
We cannot let them get any momentum at any point in time. If we shut down Guerrero and Springer, and I have no problem walking intentionally to check Kirk every single time he comes up the bat. Just give him the 4, send him to the base. Then we can't hit us.
Yeah.
They do the judge all the time.
The other person that I would consider bringing on for this roster, and it's not a popular name, but it's Yuri Del Santos. Del Santos has faced up on them, pitched a couple of innings. They've got 3 hits, scored no runs, and he has a strikeout against them. He hasn't walked anybody, so he handles them well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that too. If you get a guy who can handle these types of guys and keep the ball on the ground, and if our defense is solid, the only roster tweaks I would make are probably in the pitching side.
Yeah, I'm not touching the actual position players. I'm fine with everybody there. I looked at Slater's numbers against the Blue Jays. He's hitting, roughly 273 or so. He's got 1 extra base hit, a couple of singles, a couple of walks. I mean, nothing that's really.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for him to get a role because all three of the Yankees outfielders are their best defensive outfielders. So it's hard for them to make like a late inning change or something like that. And I think you'd prefer Dominguez's base running abilities over Austin Slater's. And they didn't even use Dominguez in the series against Boston. So I think that would tell you that there would be no plans to have Austin Slater on this roster. I'd be pretty surprised, but I do want to go back for a second, talk about the Schlittler thing. You guys talked about Yarbrough starting the game and then Schlittler coming in after him. Would you guys be concerned a little bit, throwing Schlittler out of a loop? I mean, he just went out through 8 shutout innings, 12 strikeouts. His start before that, I think it was against Baltimore, I believe. Baltimore. He went 7 innings. What did he do? He had 7 shutout innings against Baltimore, I believe. Yep. Like, would you be concerned about kind of like throwing him out of his rhythm, mixing him up a little bit there? Because when he faced the Blue Jays, he did kind of get roughed up a little bit.
I wouldn't. I mean, because obviously, you look, the Blue Jays don't really strike out a lot. So we need Yarbrough to keep them off balance and just put the ball in play, right? Get some outs. And I think the transition from him to Cam, especially after what he did last night, I don't want to throw him again to the Wolves right away because I want him in the ALCS also. Yeah, I want to get to the ALCS, and you can put him. I feel more comfortable putting him up against the Tigers or the Mariners than I do the Blue Jays. So I'm okay giving him 4 innings in a game instead of 7 or 8, and just give us 4 innings of darts, right? Make it harder for the Blue Jays. That way, we can easier transition to the bullpen. That's the way I'm thinking. That's the way I'm looking at it. I just want to win the game and put our best position forward to kind of do that. And I think it might be a good idea for them to consider starting Yarbrough and then bringing in Cam Schlittler because that's going to be a torture transition from like this, like batting cage from 70 to 90.
Yeah, that would be
hell.
Tough.
It's hell.
This is a little off topic, but did you see? I think MLB posted it. It was the umpire footage or the ump cam from Cam Schlittler's start last night.
Yeah,
I mean the fastballs that he was throwing. It goes to show you how hard the game of baseball really is. I mean, they literally looked like bullets flying out of a gun. You couldn't even see the ball. I was like, that was like crazy to me. I was like, oh my gosh.
We have our own Paul Skeens now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Instead of having to trade half the farm of Paul Skeens, we have our own Paul Skeens. If he turns out to be a version of that, yeah, I'll take it.
Well, that was a video I posted on my streams. Is Cam Schlittler the Yankees' Paul Skeens?
Yeah.
And how far does he go?
Yeah.
So
I think it's if the Yankees win the first game, I think they're going to take it in 4 at home. I think if Toronto wins the first game, then I think it's going to go back to Toronto for the 5th game.
Yeah, I think game 1 could, like I said this in the last series, and the Yankees ended up winning. And I was saying, whoever wins game 1, I think could end up winning the series. I didn't say Boston was going to win, obviously, but I did think that was a very important game. I feel the same way about this game. Like, if the Yankees could find a way to steal that first game, you got Max Fried going the next day. The Yankees just announced that Max Fried is going to start game 2. Max Fried's on. You could potentially leave Toronto with 2 wins, and then you're coming back to the Bronx. Bare minimum, obviously, you got to win 1 game. But if the Yankees could steal game 1, I think they would put themselves in a really, really good position. And then you'd have Cam Schlittler back at home. Or,
the Blue Jays pitchers give up a lot of home runs. And our home run guys haven't heated up yet. Stanton, Grisham, Judge, they haven't heated up yet. Right? Imagine if these guys heat up and start to go off against the Toronto Blue Jays. That's going to be another weapon that we haven't even deployed yet.
Yeah.
So that was a very lethal weapon. And that, to me, is if we can get that going, man.
Yeah, if the Yankees get like Judge and Stanton like at the peak of their powers going, especially like some of the other guys like Grisham, Bellinger, like if the Yankees are just blasting the ball out of the ballpark and hitting home runs, the offense is going crazy like we've seen them do. I think they'll go to the World Series and they'll win it. Like when their offense is clicking on all cylinders, I don't see how anyone could stop it. So look, like Stanton, I think he's just a tick away right now. He had that double. He thought he hit a home run last night. And he hit some balls hard on Wednesday night. I mean, grounded out to the shortstop, I think 3 times, but hit the ball really hard. I think his timing is just a tick off. If he could get that going, I think he could lock in. And I think Judge is really close too to doing some real damage because he's hitting the ball all over the field. Not an extra base hit yet, but I think that could be coming. So if the Yankees can get Judge and Stanton going, I don't see how you could stop them. They're just too overpowering.
Yeah, and if Grisham adds a little bit to that, he's been one of their most clutch players.
Yeah.
If we can get those 3 guys going, man, it's going to be a very hard team for Toronto to beat. So, and if our pitching does the job, then I think we're going to be well positioned to win this series. But I think a lot of it boils down to who wins for game 1. And it's in Toronto.
To answer a TC Steele's question, the rotation for the Blue Jays is Kevin Gossman, Shane Bieber, Max Scherzer. Chris Bassett is on the IL with an oblique strain, so he's not going to be available in this series.
They have a rookie, right? Some rookie pitcher they have.
Yasevich.
Yasevich, that's right.
What about Varland? Has he's made some starts for them?
Who?
Louis Varland.
He did make some starts, but they've got him primarily coming out of the pen.
Got it.
If we can get to Gausman and Bieber, man, that's in Toronto, man. That'd be a good sign for the Yankees. The offense has not broken out yet.
Honestly, the goal in this series is to take 1 out of 2.
Yeah,
if we take 1 out of 2, we've taken their home field advantage away, and we could possibly not leave New York before this series is over with.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's a very real possibility, man.
I mean, I think the Yankees' game plan for this series is just going to be offense. Like they need to hit the Blue Jays pitching. The Blue Jays are going to try to put pressure on the Yankees. They're going to try to put the ball in play. They're going to try to get on base and steal bases and wreak havoc for the Yankees. But the Blue Jays are ranked 19th in all of baseball in team ERA. They had a 4.19 team ERA. The Yankees were 14th at 3.91. The Blue Jays pitching, at least their starting pitching, is not great by any means. Now, their bullpen, I think, is solid. They may have a little bit of an advantage in their bullpen, but like the Yankees have to get to the Blue Jays starting pitching. They got to be the Yankees and, hit some home runs. They'll put themselves in a very, very good spot.
Yeah, and to Steele's point, too, the Blue Jays have all righties, so do the Mariners. So this definitely can be an advantage for the Yankees. The Yankees have struggled hitting lefties, which is one reason they brought in Rosario and Slater to help with that regard. But I do think if we see more, the more we see of Rice and Austin Wells in there, I think the better we're going to be. And I think this is going to set us up to do that. So it is an advantage, Steels. I agree 100%, man.
Yeah, and now Boone can press all the right buttons. He's not going to have any – I mean, I'm sure he's going to have some sleepless nights here with them being playoff games, but he's going to know which guys are going to be in there. He doesn't have to toss and turn about should I start Rosario, should I start Caballero, is Rice on the bench, do I play Jazz? Like, he's not going to really have many of those decisions to make. So, he's going to have all his regular guys in there and be able to deploy them.
Well, the thing that we had from the Red Sox series is we didn't have to really overuse our bullpen. So these guys are actually coming in pretty fresh.
Yeah.
In the event that somebody gave up the ghost, we have the arms to match up with them.
We did lean heavily on Cruz and Bednar this series. So, but we have all these other guys that weren't even used at all. So, to your point, too, Leiter, Evan Williams used sparingly. All these Tim Hill really not much. So
Doval
not touch.
Wasn't used.
Yeah. Warren didn't throw a pitch.
No.
So yeah. So
hence, we've got some BBs in there that could be used, and if there are guys that you're skeptical on, like I said, De Los Santos is a prime candidate to come into this roster. And Yarbrough, whatever aspect you want to utilize him, is definitely a possibility. I mean, honestly, I'm not impressed with Vlad Guerrero. I mean, he bangs stuff and he waves his finger at us. when he
Yeah.
does it. The true guy that I fear in that lineup is a young guy by the name of Addison Barger.
Yeah.
He's
He's
good.
good.
He is a left-handed power bat, and he hits just a freaking ton.
Yeah, they got some good hitters in there for sure. And Vlad's kind of Vlad does hit well against the Yankees though. He does, and he is very like animated when maybe I think he does it against all teams, but at least the Yankees. I mean, any chance this guy gets to do something to create some tension, he'll do it. I remember there was a game last season early on 2024. Blue Jays were down like 6 runs. He hit like a 2-run homer, and he's rounding third base, and he's shushing the crowd. Like he is always like in it for the moment, big moment. I think Rogers Center is going to be a really hostile place to play. I mean, we've all seen the clips of Jose Bautista and how loud that place can get. And the Blue Jays fans view the Yankees as their number one rival. Like they really, really want to beat the Yankees. And there was even some tension and some bad blood between the media this year, between the Toronto media and the Yankees media. We had the Blue Jays announcer saying the Yankees are just not a good team.
Yeah.
I've never really even heard that from an opposing team announcer. I feel like that's kind of crazy. It's such like a low blow too. And
isn't a bulk of their media still waiting at the airport for Shohei's airplane to arrive?
Yeah. So like this series has been brewing ever since 2022 when these two teams met. We had the whole thing with Alek Manoah and he hit Judge. And I remember the Blue Jays had that big comeback on Father's Day and they were losing their mind. Vlad lost a series early on in 2022 and he was celebrating like he lost the series and he won the last game of the series. And then he was celebrating like he won the World Series. Like there's just been so much tension and the series I feel like has been talked about for a long time. It's finally happening. First time in the postseason that these two teams have met, which is crazy. But I think it's going to be a really tough place to play in Rogers Center particularly.
Yeah. And
I just want to see Springer crying to the media how MLB is staging the Yankees to take the series.
It's like it's hilarious. I really cannot believe that the Blue Jays announcer said that. I mean, aren't you a Blue Jay fan? Like, have you never heard the saying "Don't poke the bear"? I mean, we got Aaron Boone making comments today on it. He goes, "Well, contrary to popular belief, what they think up there, we are a very good team." Boone said that today in his press conference. So, like, I don't know why he would do that, but it's crazy. I think the Yankees got to make a statement for sure. And we also had Vlad's comments a couple years ago where he said, if the Yankees were the only team to offer me a contract, I retire. A little maybe homage to Ken Griffey Jr. there. But like the tension between these two teams is very, very big. There's been so many instances that you can point at over the last couple of years. We had the what was it, Vlad saying "not in my house," and then the next day the Yankees clinched the division. So these two teams want to go at it. They don't like each other a lot. I would say that between the players and the media, this is a bigger rivalry right now than what it was with the Red Sox. I mean, obviously, Red Sox, Yankees has the history, but I think in this current moment, these two teams dislike each other more.
Yeah, the Red Sox have been replaced by the Blue Jays, like what used to be the Jason Varitek days and the Fighting A-Rod and all of those rivalry teams of Kevin Youkilis and the Blue Jays. It's definitely a rivalry. It's a legitimate rivalry. So if you guys had to make a prediction, so because I know you don't have much time left, right? So I'm gonna respect your time. If you had to predict who's gonna win the series and how many games, what would you pick? What's your number? What's your final number?
I said it on the series preview today. I think both teams are really evenly matched. I think it's 1A, 1B type scenario. I mean, they both finished with the same amount of wins. I think that the Yankees take the series in 5 games. I think it's going to be a back and forth battle. I can see each team trading a blow, win one game, lose a game, so on and so forth. But I'll say the Yankees get it done in 5.
Ken?
I think it's a 4-game series. I think we take one in Toronto, come back to the Bronx, and we don't leave the Bronx until we head to the ALCS.
All right. I think if the Yankees win the first game, they're going to win in 4. If they don't win the first game, they're going to win in 5. But I'm still going with the Yankees one way or the other. I'm picking the Yankees to win the series. I think the right machines are going to heat up this series, and they're going to it's going to be an emotionally driven series, and they know, like Ryan said too, it's time to shut these guys' mouths.
Yeah,
just shut them up.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, Jason, they kicked our butts pretty easily during the
before the deadline.
However, after the deadline and the team that we have now, we faced them up, we locked them up, we took them out, and we developed a template for actually beating that team.
Yep.
The blueprint is there. All we have to do is execute, and it's a done deal.
And we saw that with the Boston series. The Red Sox beat the Yankees in the head-to-head matchups, and then at the end of the season, right, the Yankees went to Fenway and they beat up on the Red Sox. And then you come over to the wild card round, the Yankees beat the Red Sox. I think that just goes to show you that when the Yankees were playing the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, let's keep in mind, they were one of the worst teams in baseball throughout, the June, July month. I mean, they were losing as many games as the Nationals and the White Sox were on a weekly basis. You had that, and also a lot of these Yankee losses to the Sox and the Blue Jays were so many self-inflicted wounds. I think the Yankees had like 12 errors in 10 games against the Blue Jays, something like insane. So I think this time around, the Yankees roster is upgraded. They have McMahon, they have Caballero, right? I think it's a much better team, much well-rounded team, and I think this team has found an identity. During the summer months, we were talking about, hey, this team might not even make the playoffs. This team knows what they're about now, and I think it's a very, very different team than what the Blue Jays had faced.
I would agree 100%.
And the Yankees, another thing too, going back to the regular season, have won their last 10 of 11 games. So,
yes, they have. And this is a more athletic team. It's a more aware team now, right? It looks like a more heads-up team, more hungry team. They got a chip on their shoulder. I think they put in the right guys. It's not always the best player. I think it's the right fit at the deadline. And they put in really good fits. Ryan McMahon, what was that last night?
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, and Schlittler kind of maybe embodied the whole team yesterday. I mean, with some of his comments, he was saying I'm happy their season's over, referring to the Red Sox, and he was going after people on Twitter. This one Red Sox fan said, I think she tweeted or something like Red Sox in 3 or something like that, and he replied to her tweet and was like, maybe next year. And then one guy tweeted at Schlittler and was like, you're not even from Boston. And Schlittler was like, go get ready for the Bruins hockey season. He's just they want to beat you. They want to beat you. They want to embarrass you.
Well, they were harassing his mother.
The whole team.
You hear that? They were harassing Schlittler's mom on social media.
Yeah. I did see that.
It pissed them off. You poked the bear there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's maybe what the Blue Jays announcer just did. I don't know why. I can't wrap my head around, as a professional, why you'd even say something like that, create a low blow. Not that he said anything bad, I guess, but what do you do? You're just setting yourself up to fail. I don't get that.
Yeah.
I mean, the long and short, announcers, people that are content creators actually have a responsibility, because there are a lot of people that will take somebody that comes in YouTube or on TV at face value and think, oh, that's absolutely true, without actually researching, developing, forming a solid logical opinion based on facts, based on numbers, based on presentation. So as content creators, that is something that we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard than somebody shooting their mouth off like superstar Sal Licata.
I expect it from Licata, because that's Mets. I expect it from him. Or Ben Yole from Twitter. These guys just constantly troll the Yankees. It's just what they do. It comes with the territory.
Cutter is king.
Yeah, Cutter is king. I expect it from these guys. But like,
and the torpedo bat guru from Boston.
yeah,
In the beginning of the season, the Yankees are freaking cheating, blah blah blah. This,
yeah, and
it's
then
like,
every team in baseball ordered the torpedo bats.
And they didn't even really like Volpe was in like a horrible stretch, and he was using the torpedo bat.
But people were just running their yaps about the sake, and look at how much media jumped on board the torpedo bat cheating scandal. It just went nuts. I ended up dropping a video. Here are the facts. This is how the bat has been developed. This is the approval process. This is the bat that has been approved, not cheating.
Yeah.
Yep. It was vetted and approved by Major League Baseball. No.
So it's like,
I mean, maybe it gives you like, I think from like a player standpoint, it might make you feel a little bit comfortable. And hey, I think it could give you, maybe a move the needle a little bit in the right direction, give you a little bit of an advantage. But it's not like overpowering what people were making it out to be. And the team the Yankees beat, if you kind of look back on it, it was kind of just a weird baseball moment. I mean, they swept the Milwaukee Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers have the best record in the league. So it's just, it's just one of those things. I guess it was just baseball. But, I mean, Volpe was one of the guys using the torpedo bat, and he didn't have a great season. So, like,
Yeah, it is what it is. So, all right, let's finish this up. What about the rest of the series? What do you guys predict for the other series? Mariners, Tigers. Who do you think takes that?
Ooh. That's close. I mean, obviously, I feel like the Tigers absolutely 100% need to win the games that Screwball's on the mound.
Yeah.
Tigers are kind of, maybe playing with something. And I think Kerry Carpenter yesterday was saying, like, everyone was talking about we blew a 15-game lead, but we're moving on and they're not, stuff like that. I like A.J. Hinch. I do think the Tigers have a good team. Although they really played bad at the end of the season. But I think the Mariners with home field. Cal Raleigh too. Mariners have a lot of good pitching. I don't totally love the Tigers offense. I mean, like, who really on Detroit are you that afraid of, right? And with all the Mariners.
I will tell you what, Baez was banging in that series. I was calling play-by-plays on that one.
Yeah, Baez is good. Yeah.
And Gleyber Torres was getting it done too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you look over at Seattle, Raleigh, Rosarena, J-Rod, all their pitching they have, like, they're a good team. I think people definitely made the Mariners out to be better than what I think they are, based on going to the end of the season. I think they were like third highest odds to go to the World Series. Yeah. I would think like a team like the Yankees has a higher chance, maybe even Toronto. But I think Seattle's a very good team. I think they do end up probably beating the Tigers. And then I think it's Yankees, Mariners, ALCS, little 2001 throwback there when the Mariners won 116 games, didn't go to the World Series. So, we'll see what happens. And I think a lot of people were, comparing Schlittler's start last night to Roger Clemens. Roger Clemens had the 15 strikeout game against the Mariners 2001. So, maybe Schlittler does something like that against Seattle. But that would also be another really tough place to play in October, especially if the Mariners get to the ALCS. I mean, that fan base is just dying to make a World Series appearance, the only team in baseball that hasn't. So I think that would be a really, really tough place to play. And people talk all the time about, how tough Seattle fans can be. Mariano Rivera said that was like the toughest place to pitch or warm up in the bullpen because the fans are like right on top of you. So look, even Detroit too. I mean, Yankees have never beaten the Tigers in the postseason. So I don't know. I think whoever they play, it's tough. I think this pathway to October is a lot harder than what it was last year for the Yankees. But I do think the Yankees are more than capable of getting the job done.
What about you, Ken? Tigers massive good score right there.
The God's honest truth, this year's Yankees team is completely different than the Yankees team that we had last year. Our starting pitcher is better, and we actually have a bench that we can pull from and expect guys to actually get a hit.
Yeah.
Last year, our lineup was dead from basically after four. That was 6 straight outs that we were going to have. That team had 3 players that were hitting with an 800 OPS. We have 6 in the large, aggregate body. The Yankees are a far better hitting team and able to score in a multiple faceted ways, which is what we need to see in this postseason.
No.
True. What do you think about? What do you think about Tigers Mariners? What do you think can take that series?
I think that the Mariners are going to take it. Google is a lame duck. He's got Casey Mize as a backup, and then you're looking at Jack Flaherty, and I don't even know who their number 4 would be. Their starting rotation. Plus, they're going to be out of sync having to play in the wild card round. So they're not even going to be matching ace for ace against Seattle in Game 1, and I just think that that's a bad trend. Beyond. As far as we're concerned, I think we're fully capable of taking the Blue Jays out, and I think it will be a Mariners-Yankees call for the ALCS. In the NL side, I think that the Dodgers get the crap kicked out of them by the Phillies, and I'll pull for the Cubs to take out the Brewers. And then, of course, Phillies facing up against the Cubs is going to be a gunfight, but I think the Phillies have what it takes to take them out, especially after they added the additional closer with the suspension of their normal closer for the PED penalty.
Yeah. I think we'll finally see what the Dodgers are actually made of. I mean, I know they dominated the Cincinnati Reds, but I mean, that's the Cincinnati Reds. And so, now they're going to be facing a real tough team. We're going to see what they're made of. I think they had a lot of injuries, but they did underachieve a little bit, actually had less wins than the Yankees. And they were my original pick to start the season coming out of the National League. I had Yankees-Dodgers rematch. Before the postseason, I did change it up, however, and I got us having a 2009 rematch, Yankees versus Phillies. That's what I have going on this year. I think the Yankees will beat the Phillies in the World Series. I think they'll take it in 7 games, too.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you're going to be on the couch a lot, Jason, if that's the case. Your wife is going to be mad.
Oh, she likes the Phillies?
You know what?
Yeah,
you can fly to Seattle and take your girls with you because they serve sushi in the Mariners Park.
Man, my 7-year-old daughter loves sushi.
Although you might as well cut your left foot off because that's what it's going to cost you there.
But
they got real Japanese people making it fresh at the stadium. So
I had to get her sushi for lunch today. We spoke earlier. I was at the sushi restaurant waiting sushi for my 7-year-old. So that's what she likes.
You know it's bad when the people at the restaurant know you by first name.
They do. You heard? Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Hear him.
Yeah. I'm like Norman Spears in that place.
My initial calls on the preseason prediction is I predicted that the Yankees were going to have 95 wins on the season. We ended up with 94. All right, I can live with that. My postseason was a Yankees-Phillies World Series, and that is still within the vestige of sight. I also predicted that the Mets and Juan Soto were going to be watching the postseason from Juan's hot tub or on my couch bringing champagne and whatnot. So that one came true. I have about a dozen predictions, and every one of them come to fruition. And my last prediction of the season was that the Yankees are going to take 28 this year. Finally get that monkey off of our back.
Enough of that, man.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I would talk to Christian about this on our channel a couple times. Like, if the Yankees actually do go to the World Series and not even just get there, but win it, I mean, like, I think we all as fans got to take a step back and, like, realize, like, hey, the Yankees went to back-to-back World Series. They won a World Series just now. Like, it's crazy to think about because I feel like so many times as Yankee fans, we're so critical and so hard on this team. And you would think that the team has, like, missed the playoffs for, like, the last 100 seasons. And obviously that comes with the territory. It's the nature of the beast. we're Yankee fans. We're going to always expect the absolute best out of the Yankees, the pinstripes, 27 rings, all that. But I mean, it would be kind of like crazy to see like all like the negative attention that was going on in the summer months, fire Boone. And then, hey, you look at it, Yankees just went to back-to-back World Series. Maybe they even win one of them. That's pretty crazy to think about, but obviously a lot of work to be done before we get there.
Just think of the energy if they win in the parade. The energy that's going to be at the parade. First of all, I will be at the parade if they win the World Series.
I'll be there too.
So I will. Yeah, there's no way I'm missing the parade. So
I'm not coming up for Virginia for the parade.
We'll FaceTime you so you can see.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give Judge my phone. He's saying hi to Judge.
Hey, Aaron, can you say shout out to Yankees the Ugly Truth?
Yeah.
I'm taking the Tigers as a spoiler over the Mariners.
Okay.
I think the Tigers are going to upset the Mariners.
Okay.
I think the Brewers are going to beat the Cubs. I think the Phillies are going to beat the Dodgers. But it's all going to revolve around Phillies have home field here. If they jump on Ohtani and Snell, and if they figure out Yamamoto, they'll beat the Dodgers. I call it it's what I call JAT. Was it jump on the Japanese pitchers? JJP, right? Jump on the Japanese pitchers. Ohtani and Yamamoto. You beat those two, Dodgers ain't winning that series.
If you look at it, they're pitching Sasaki out of the bullpen. They're pitching Kershaw out of the bullpen because their bullpen is that garbage. Their bonus baby in Tanner Scott is a complete bust. But they've got him for 4 more years. So congratulations. You paid a guy who can't pitch in the ninth a lot of money.
Thankfully, their bats are on fire right now. The Dodgers bats. So the Phillies are going to have to shut them down. And I'm wondering how they do that without Zach Wheeler.
I never know what to expect with the Dodgers. I mean, they're always like in the playoffs, like every single year. I think they won the NL West, right? What is it, the last 12 out of 13 years or 11, 9, something insane like that. But I mean, the Dodgers have went to a few World Series in the last, decade, but they've also had some playoff failures too. They had that one against San Diego a couple of years ago. They almost got bounced by San Diego last year. Went down 2-1. So I never know what to expect with them in the playoffs. Like, I really don't know.
2023, the Diamondbacks went into their house and swept them.
Yeah.
Knocked them out and then ended up in the World Series. And one of the 2 Dodger World Series is a 60-game World Series. So I don't really count that as a credible series.
The COVID season, yeah.
Yeah.
People like to argue and count it, but I don't see. I mean, technically it is, and if I was a Yankee fan, I'd be screaming it counts. But the Yankees didn't win, and the Dodgers did. So I'm going to say it's not a real World Series.
I mean, I question every record or every major milestone that was achieved, like Trevor Bauer. He was the Cy Young Award winner. Well, who did he pitch against? He pitched against the White Sox.
Yeah, I mean, Luke Voigt led the league in homers. He's out of the league a couple years later. I think Jose Abreu won MVP. Is he even still playing? Like,
no.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole chunk. You played regional games with no fans in the stadium.
Yeah.
And Bauer's like, "Well, I'm a Cy Young Award winner. I got it ahead of Cole." I was like, "Really?
All right.
You consider that a real Cy Young?
Yeah.
Come on now."
Yeah. How many starts is that over a 60-game season? Is that 10 starts?
10 starts.
What was 7-4, 8-4 that year?
Yeah.
Cole's first year with the Yankees.
Yeah. I mean, the first 10 Luis Heel starts last year, he'd be the clear Cy Young.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, I paid for one of those cardboard cutouts to be at Yankee Stadium, TC.
Nice. Cardboard cutouts. Well, would you guys be up for if the Yankees make the next round doing this again?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
First of all, you need to do a correction. It's when the Yankees make the next round. It's not if.
Well, that's right. Yeah, Tim did come after me in the screens and don't sell the fork short. So when the Yankees make the next round.
See the win.
Yeah.
Be the win.
I think I'm going to be at the game on this Tuesday. I was talking to my buddy today, and it looks like we're going to try to go.
Nice.
So the 8:00 game. I was at game 2 this past series against the Red Sox, and my boss he actually got suite tickets in the box.
Nice.
And that was unbelievable. I've never like sat in a box suite or anything.
Pretty cool.
But that was insane.
It's freaking awesome. It's awesome. It's a blessing to be in the Yankee Stadium during the playoffs, man. There's nothing like it.
Oh,
It really is nothing like it.
nothing at all.
You get to the World Series, it's completely insane. So, and I've been fortunate enough. I was at the clincher in '96 when they won.
Yeah, my dad was too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the clincher in '99 when they won. I was at
I was
Cohen's
in,
game. Was it
I
Dwight
was
Gooden?
in Greece in '96 when we won the series,
there.
watching from a bar.
I was at the stadium in Game 6, man. That place was nuts.
You know what? It was sort of funny because there were a lot of rednecks for my ship there, and it was like 50-1 ratio one Yankee fan versus all those damn Braves guys. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I says, all right, I tell you what, jackasses. We win this inning, you guys buy the rounds.
There you go.
We kept winning innings, and they kept buying, and I kept getting more hammered.
I'm jealous, guys. I got to see a Yankee World Series last time, just to put in perspective how long it's been. So the last time the Yankees won the World Series, I was 4 years old. I don't remember it. I think I was sleeping at night. I was 4 years old. I was in preschool. The Yankees, right now, I am a sophomore in college, and I'm 20 years old. Goes to show you how long it's been since they won a World Series.
Wow.
Really long time.
My first World Series game was in the bicentennial year, the years that the Yankees faced the Reds. My father took me for my birthday, pulled me out of school, and I woke up and we were in front of the Riverfront Stadium.
Oh,
and I was like, wow, we're going to the World Series. And Yankees lost. They got swept in the series, but I saw Jim Catfish Hunter on the bump.
That's cool, man.
And
that is cool.
And then the Yankees proceeded. They lost the first one, but then they proceeded to win the next two.
Yeah.
This could be the path that Booney's on. He lost his first one, got the taste and the hunger and the fire with the team, and takes it this year.
The last time we eliminated the Red Sox from the postseason, Boone's the one that did it.
That is true.
Won in 2003.
That is true.
And Derek was talking to him about the ghosts in the stadium.
Yeah. And 37 years ago yesterday.
Yeah.
Hit that
I heard that yesterday. I was like, there's no way the Yankees are losing this game. And then Derek Jeter, what's his name? Dick. What was his last name?
His agent. Yeah.
Yeah. The scout. He passed away yesterday. I was like, all right, we gotta win.
It was just too connected and sentimental for the Yankees.
Yeah, exactly.
And Bucky didn't throw out the first pitch yesterday.
Yeah. Bucky had He had an amazing quote. He's like, step up, live up to the moment tonight, guys. He fired the team up. I was like, let's go.
Let's freaking do it, man.
I mean, Bucky is probably the most hated Yankee in Red Sox Nation.
Yeah.
One of the coolest guys ever, man. I met him at the Bucky Dent baseball school when I went there, and he was one of the coolest guys ever.
Hey, he hummed that fastball in there.
Yeah.
In the opening day, it's like, oh, Bucky still got a little bit of giddy up in that arm.
Yeah, man. It's fantastic. But, guys, it all starts tomorrow, baby.
Let's do it.
Next round.
I will be calling that play-by-play.
You're going to call it? Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be recapping it later on in the day. So we got all these events to go in the community tomorrow.
Yeah. So if all goes well, I have no trolls in my stream because the Yankees will have kicked the crap out of the Blue Jays. So I won't have anybody to poke fun at.
Yeah.
And when I come into your post game, they won't be there either. So
exactly.
I'll be sucking it up.
Yeah. When the Yankees lose, the trolls just infiltrate us, Ryan. They just infiltrated by the trolls. Yeah. Manuel, we haven't got confirmation yet if Bichette isn't going to be in the series or not. He's not 100% healthy. We know that.
Yeah.
But we don't know Like they haven't released their roster yet, so I can't.
I would say, based off what I heard Schneider talk about today, as as they list it in the NFL, I would list Bo Bichette as doubtful.
Doubtful, right?
It doesn't seem like he's going to play based off what Schneider was saying. Didn't totally rule it out, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean, but either way, with him or without him, we got to beat them. So that's it, just like we did last time. So, chat, thank you so much for joining us, Ryan, Ken. You guys are the best. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
As always, man. And guys, make sure you're subscribed to Bronx Talks, please. Make sure you subscribe to The Ugly Truth as well. Okay, and I will link their channels in the description down below, so you can go right to it and click if you haven't done that yet. Okay, let's support our great.
I don't think that Bassett is going to be available for this series either.
He's got a back injury.
Peanut.
He's having back problems, Chris Bassett. So it sounds as if he won't be available, right?
Yeah.
I hope not. Just any breaks we get, we have to take advantage of. That's it.
Yep.
So, and we didn't take advantage of them earlier in the season. It's time to take advantage of them now.
Yeah.
So let's win this thing. Let's freaking go, Yankees, guys.
Let's go. Let's get 28. Let's get 28.
Road to 28. It's road 2. Step 2 starts tomorrow. Let's freaking go, Yankees.
Another AL East rival.
That's right. Peace and love to the chat, guys.